Productions.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
That's right. Let's get ready to start the day. I'm ready any minute now. Anyway, so hi, how long have you been here? Anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for a very sleepy Monday morning, November 22nd, 2021. Hope you had a great weekend, each and every one of you. And we are going to get started with, of course, the usual attitude of gratitude, which includes and spotlights, of course, Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. We're closing in on the end of National Novel Writing Month, and at the end of it, you're going to have a manuscript with any luck that you will be proud to polish up, to edit, to just format and make it wonderful. And the best way to make it wonderful is with a super cover. And Jeffrey Hayes can do all that and more. Check him out. Check out his Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out plasmafiregraphics.com for more information and to contact him directly and see what kind of low rates he will give you. Anyway, please check him out. He does fantastic work. He's easy to deal with, and you will enjoy the experience. Plasma Fire Graphics will look if your book matters to you. Yes, you right there in that little circle there, because it matters to your readers. And we also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We've got your entertainment 7 days a week. And okay, I just heard something go, and I was wondering what that was. Anyway, we've got the entertainment planned for you 7 days a week, and check out the great array of shows we have on our Facebook page. Please give that a like and keep up with all the changes. Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators with a small monthly stipend. And these are the wonderful people who are following us and supporting the Rising Tide mission. And they get to see their name on this show, first and last thing on here. So if you want to see your name on this card, contact me at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and enjoy the benefits of membership. Anyway, we had a fantastic weekend. Just kind of chilled yesterday because we're going to a sale this coming Thursday at Valley West Mall in Des Moines, Iowa. West Des Moines, Iowa, I should say. We're going to be traveling on Thanksgiving Day to get there. So, because we're not going to get up at 2 a.m. to do it. So anyway, it's going to be a fun experience. Jen Thompson, thank you for everything. And also going to see Michaela Jade there and Cindy Kemp. And if you want to see all of us, please come see us at West Valley Mall. And it's going to be from 11 to 5 on Friday and Saturday. So check us out. Make us part of your madhouse on Friday. And we've got books. We may even have a book special coming up. Cookie says you're having a sale, bub. And I said, okay, dear. And so anyway, please check us out. And so let's get launched into your comments. Pardon me. Good morning, Never Mornings. Huge shout out to the donors for the auction for Luke Stone and family. Thanks to Meredith, Nita, and Joe for the hard working plugging the last night. Yes, I was sorry I couldn't get my act together to get in on that, but there is a GoFundMe for the Stone family, I am going to get involved with that. But no, way to go, guys. Raging, the Asian and the Cajun, and Joe getting it together. That was fantastic. I'm so glad that the community's reaching out to help those two, or rather to help the Stone family, Beth and Luke and their family. And the thing is this community and those that intersects have constantly and consistently proven to not be just a valiant force for creativity, but a tremendous force for good. I am dang proud to know you, dude. We're proud to have you as part of it. Seriously. That's what Rising Tide does and what it's about, man. And now, before festivities really get rolling this Monday, I want to remind folks that last I some amazing things are still up on the auction block, as well as there being a GoFundMe on the Cash App. Yeah, I'll be getting in on the GoFundMe for sure to help Luke and his family in their darkest hour. On to festivities. I'm about 2,700 words into a project that, God willing, and the creek don't rise, I will announce tonight on my final night GMing on Dice, Dames, and Dudes this Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. I look forward to the glorious results, my man. Seriously, how very cool. And on the Red Valkyrie Presents YouTube channel. So Brian, yes, Nick, what is coming out for Rising Tide Publishing for the folks who don't yet follow the newsletter? Roll that beautiful bean footage so you can get some extra prep and plug time. Well, you can go to my newly redesigned website at risingtide.pub. Check out what the amazing Damien Waldron has done for me. Holy cats, it's beautiful. And it works. It's functional, as opposed to my old Wix site. But please check it out. And there you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter. It's going to go out. Next one's going to go out December 1st. We might have a holiday special. You never know. So anyway, please check it out. And please sign up. It's absolutely free, and you'll get all kinds of news and information and secret links and all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, what's coming up, Nick? We are going to be working. We're actually working. I'm finishing the article that I've been writing for the last 2 weeks for the next Batman book, which if you have not seen it yet, this is from Crazy 8 Press and Becky Books. And the first volume is called Zlunk Zok Zowie, the Subterranean Blue Grotto Essays on Batman 66 Season 1. And then there is Biff Bam Eow. And my little circle light up there is getting reflected. Batman's got a thing in the middle of his face. Now he's the infamous Simon Templar. He's got a halo over his head. Anyway, this is about Season 2 of Batman. The first season also covers the Blue Book also covers the movie with Adam West and Burt Ward. And both of these books together are really awesome. And I am proud to say I'm in the second one, and I will be submitting my my next essay this week as I am finishing edit. I just finished editing it yesterday. I have one more edit, then 2 more edits actually. I have a system for self-editing, which I don't recommend everyone do their own editing. But for articles, I tend to stay in my own lane. But anyway, 2 more edits, and then Cookie's going to look at because she missed out on the first one, and then we're going to send it on to Jim Beard for hopeful inclusion, and then after that we're going to polish up the Terrors, which is serializing right now on my my Patreon page, and and they're going to get to read it before it is. I think it's going to finish in Patreon before what we're doing elsewhere. And then I've got a short story that I've got to write for Charles, possibly a Christmas story. We're going to see what happens there for a charity volume. And then I've got a couple short stories, and then I want to get into a novel I'm writing for Flinch Books, featuring Conrad von Honig. If you liked him in Quest for the Space Gods, I'm going to give you more of him. So anyway, looking forward to it. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of projects. And Nick, what else have you got coming up? Because I know you are not idle. And Nicholas Tucker wraps up here. And yes, Uncle Carl, you magnificent man. I am redoing my study because of your generosity and further. Yep, I am wound this morning. That's good to see, Nick. I love it when you're wound, dude. And yeah, I had to due to Uncle Carl's Santa Carl, as I call him, his generosity, I've had to rearrange my desk and actually clean part of it up so I could get my little goodie up on here. And here is the glorious results, and more to come, I promise. it's going to be cooler and cooler and cooler as time goes on. Um, so yeah, we are uh, we're happy with what's going on here. We've got a lot of projects. We've got enough that we don't need to take on any more work, but we will, because that's the way we do things. But anyway, Nick, it is good to see you hyper, man. You deserve it, man. You deserve some good news hyperosity today. And Scott Crocker says, "Good morning, Evermorian. I'm so glad the weekend is over. Holy crap, I was busier these past 3 days than at HallowCon. I still feel like I haven't gotten enough sleep." Yeah, Cookie's vegging out in the next room. She had a very rough, well, she had a 6-day week, and this week she is going to be, well, Monday, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then she gets the weekend off till Sunday. No overtime, but we expect she's going to be sucking up some overtime pretty soon, so I've got to dote on her. And speaking of people, which I do gladly, of course, we are cheerfully codependent. But anyway, Skunk, I hope you get a more relaxing work week this week. Dan Hollifield of Last Man Standing on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. And Carl Wiseman, hi everyone. Glad to help. Nick, Carl, you are an angel in disguise here, buddy. And I thank you for your generosity. And also thank you. Carl Witzman will be hosting the show on Friday. He volunteered. And he made to it in StreamYard. So watch him switch over to OBS after about 2 minutes of the show. Anyway, but no, there is a way, Carl, you can work. I forgot to tell you, there is a way you can work OBS through StreamYard. I am not aware of the procedure, but I can help you find the information on it. Carl Weston said, I had some folks who needed things, and I had extra things. I was confused for a while as to who needed what, but I think I figured it out. Well, I thank you for your generosity on my end. Seriously, I do. And we are going to put this to good use, I promise. In fact, I think we already are. There are things I can do with this computer that I wasn't able to. Like, for one thing, and this is not really noticeable, especially when our local internet goes wonky, but we are now broadcasting in 1080p. We were broadcasting in 720 to save resources, but now we are going for that good picture now. And hopefully the internet will keep up with us. And then we're going to be doing some other things. Maybe I need to drop the resolution or something, but let's see, what am I looking at here? Let's see, is that it? Yeah. We wanted to do green screen. Actually, we could do blue screen here. Hold on a second here. We're going to be working the controls. And it didn't do what I wanted it to. But anyway, let's do green there. And see, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's, oh, wait a second. Is this? That's it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, you can see it's better than it was. By this time with the other computer, I would have faded out. Plus we can change our background, and this is just one of the things we want to do with the show, just to make it a little more visually interesting for you all. Let's see what happens when I do blue here. Oh, there we go. Now it works. Okay. Hi everyone. I just leave it on the rest of the show. I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but some days it's just like talking to a brick wall, isn't it? Anyway. So anyway, let's go back to where we were, and we'll take that back down, and take that down, and there we go. That was part of our experiment. We're still playing with that, though, Carl, and it's going to get better. It's going to get better, I promise. But anyway, Carl's going to be hosting Friday's show. So, you're going to get at least one great show this week. This show is good. He's better. Anyway, check out, and please give Carl your support this weekend, because he's going to be amazing. And for this Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee, great show Saturday night, your 100th episode. So proud of you, man. All part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Morning, all morning, Brian and Madam Executive Producer, who's sleeping in the next room. All has well been a good weekend with doing episode 100 and guest host the second part of the auction for Luke Stone family. Hey, how much did you guys? Do you know how much you guys raised so far? I'm curious about that because circumstance made me miss it. So anyway, and I'm sorry I couldn't get anything in, but it's just, I blame myself. Nita reached out to me and I couldn't get my act together. So, but I will be contributing to the GoFundMe. I promise you that. And Dan Hallfield, I'll have to go to bed soon. 2 more nights of work this week. Well, brother, you have a great holiday weekend. If I don't talk to you before then, you have a good one, my friend. You've earned it. You've earned some rest. And so have you, Eric Hawkins. Good to see you, my friend. Love your art that you sent on the Pivot channel. And good morning, Eric Hawkins from Carl Witzman, the Dark Pope of the Dark Rising Church of the Rising Tide, and poor Dan and Skunk. See, this is the stuff you miss out on when you retire, Carl. You know, now that you're retired, you're going to be busier than ever. Trust me. And morning, the Eric S, which stands for Slayer of So-Called Professional Artists. Oh, are we snarking this morning? Get him. Anyway, Hawkins, and look, coffee hasn't kicked in, or it was watered down. Brian is not at 100% caffeination. No, I just started before the show. In fact, I poured a cup for Cookie. But if she doesn't drink it before I get done with this, she'll just have to make her own. Right? Anyway. Yep, there's still a little left, but anyway, yeah, it has not kicked in at all. I've been up for about an hour and a half, but yesterday was rough though. We wanted to get some shopping done before the churches let out. We slept in a bit, so we got dressed and we jumped out of the bed and got into the car and went down to the local food dispensary, and it messed with me all day long. I didn't get any coffee till after 12. And I couldn't get enough. I admit I am totally addicted to it. And I have tried decaffeination twice, and all I could hear is John Lennon's Cold Turkey in my head. Seriously, you talk about an earworm. This is like drilling into my skull. And so I just accept the fact that I'm an addict. And I will be that way till the day I die, and I don't care because I could have less delicious addictions, and this will do. This in comic books, but yeah, no, But anyway, yeah, it messed with me all day long, and we had a really mellow day as a result. I didn't get a whole lot done. I finished one book I was reading. I will post a review on it, and I have started I'm trying to get through this huge pile of books I've got on the floor over here that you will never get to see. And it's just a shameful amount of books that I've picked up over the last 3 or 4 years, and I just haven't gotten to. But now I've made an effort to actually get through the damn things and get them off the floor and hopefully onto a shelf eventually. But yeah, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, as am I. But thank you for worrying about me, Joe. And good morning to this darling Amy Hale. Amy, mwah, how you doing? Hey, folks, if you need editing, if you need a ghostwriter, if you need formatting for your books, contact Amy Hale. Reasonable rates, does great work. And the book I finished just happens to be one that will show up in a certain spot that we could run at any point. That's fantastic. And yes, Amy, yours was the book I read Actually, I read it in 2 days. You must have put some glue on the spine or something, because I couldn't stop reading it. It was fantastic. And I will be leaving a review on Amazon and on Goodreads, because that's what you do when you like your author. You leave them a review on Amazon and Goodreads. Amazon especially, because it really helps with the algorithms. But anyway, that was a great book. Neuroses. I recommend it to everyone. It's hard to put down. Anyway, Rising Tide Broadcast Network, there's Nicholas Tucker. There is the link to the GoFundMe to support Luke Stone. And for those of you who may not know, Luke Stone is a very talented comic book creator, a preacher. He's a reverend down in Florida, formerly from the Kokomo, Indiana area. He moved out about the time I moved over here, so he knew what he was doing. But anyway, he and his wife Beth are lovely people. He is one of the kindest people on this planet, and a few months ago, he got stricken with the COVID-19. And he's been on a respirator almost the whole time he's been hospitalized. He is coming off of it now. He is coming off of it, but there are still bills to be paid, and if nothing else, a show of support from the community, which is very important. So please contact this GoFundMe and give generously. There are bills that have to be paid, and Luke, I'm sure somebody whispers in Luke's ear that, Brian has that project you two are going to work on. I'm sure that will rouse him to immediate health. But anyway, until that day, please support a member of our community, a part of the Rising Tide movement, who's a dear friend to us, to many of us, if not all of us. And even just $5-10 will help so much. Okay, so please keep and also keep Luke Stone and Randy Zimmerman, who is last I heard still in the hospital. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Carl Wisman says, at the end of NaNoWriMo, I will have about 5 chapters done, not anywhere near where I had hoped, but I've had other things like Donna's book and some editing, so it's good. And Carl, that's fine. The purpose of NaNoWriMo is just to get people out of the starter blocks, And we will have an episode of the BK Minutes. Please follow, like, and subscribe subscribe and share on YouTube. And it's a YouTube exclusive, so you're not going to, unless somebody shares it, you're not going to be seeing it on Facebook. We will not be sharing it because we're doing something special with it. But definitely check them out. But you're doing great. 5 chapters is 5 chapters farther into the book than you were when this month started. And there is something also that there's a lot of things you can learn during NaNoWriMo. But one thing to keep in mind is if you succeed at the end of it, you get prizes. You get stuff. For instance, Ingram Spark gives you a discount code that's good for a number of months. Good morning, honey. You see your coffee there?
Yes.
Okay. Thinking of you. And you woke up just in time, because if you'd been there another minute, I'd probably stolen it.
I will put down.
No. That was not a hint. You drink. Drink. You may not find your way back up the stairway again. So anyway, good morning, sweetie. Anyway, but no, NaNoWriMo has many benefits, and you also can get a discount on Scrivener's, which is a damn useful program for organizing your research and getting your stuff started and keeping your goals in mind. It is I think it's one of the best $47 you can spend on your career. But there's all kinds of perks you get. And also you get certification saying, you won. I've done it 3 times. I've only won it once. But I was just so knocked out. I just felt so good that I had gotten that far. Now, the thing is, the book has not gotten past the first draft, but I've got a whole first draft. Part of it dictated, part of it typed out. But I've got at least my framework going, and I'm excited. And it's funny because I started a Volcana sequel during my first one. It did not work out, but it taught me what I needed to know to win the next time I did it. And after I get a couple of my short stories done, I've got and a Captain Hawkland thing going. Then I've got the Conrad von Honig book that I mentioned earlier. And then after that, I think I'm done. And I can work on stuff for me. But we'll also be editing the Terrors as we go. So that's what I'm doing. I keep making this about me, and it should be about you guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, Carl, no, you've done good, man. You've done good. And if you could squeeze out one more chapter, you're that much closer. You're that much closer, brother. I'm really glad that you tried it. I really am. Excuse me. And somebody else who I'm glad I tried was Brian Rodman. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Evermore as well. This weekend was a great time to be alive. I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife and Ugly cried like a wee baby. I bet that'll make Cookie want to go see it. Anyway, it was beautiful and hilarious. Everything it should have been. I also sent out Memoirs of a Brian, number 2 on Patreon. This week's topic is rest and hustle. See what I have to say about it at patreon.com/Brian Rodman to read the wisdom I have to share. Well, I still do mine every week, so I'm looking forward to yours. I've shown you mine, so I want to see yours now. Anyway, please check out his Patreon too. And Cindy Kemp has a Patreon at ckoepp.com right after all the Patreon stuff. And she posts a lot of her writings, and we've got works in progress. It's good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, there is the one, the only John Scarborough. John, it's good to see you this morning. Hello to you, and been prepping for Thanksgiving. Well, we're prepping for ours. We have one more item, but we can't pick it up until Wednesday. And then we're gonna have not Christmas, but Thanksgiving on the road. We have selected all the stuff we're gonna need for it, and looking forward to it's gonna be in a motel room, but it doesn't matter where you have it as long as you spend some time with somebody you care about and can. Remember all the things you are thankful for, which is what the day is for. John, it's good to see you, my friend. So good to see you. And it's so good to see you, Sarah. Sarah, as always. Mwah! YouTube just now alerted me. The show has started. Anyway, good morning. Well, that's okay. We haven't been talking about much anyway. So anyway, Sarah, it is always a pleasure to see you, darling. And announcement, says Brian Robbins. There will be no Dastardly Dingoes podcast this week, so we can take a break for Thanksgiving. But this is the perfect chance to check out our back issue episodes. So head on over to bit.ly/DasDingos and get caught up. We have some fun episodes in store starting up again next week. Yes, they do. The great show. And that's cool. That is perfectly all right. This week's going to be a little, it's kind of like when you have a real job, you're not sure who's going to be there. The only person I'm sure of is me. 7 days a week on the BK Minutes. Start your day out with BK Minutes. And, I like to think this is about as much as me as anyone can take. And then we've got, then we'll have, like I said, I'll be here for Nevermind the Furthermore on Wednesday. Carl Witzman will be guest hosting on Friday. Looking forward to that. Then, let me see. And that's all I'm doing. Although I am going to be contacting some people. We're going to line up some guests for, I've decided we're going to start up Clever Title Pending again for a limited run in the spring. Actually, after the first of the year. So I want to get a hold of some people and book the shows now. Because, here's one problem. And I don't know if anyone else has gotten this on the network. But I have had some creators who I don't know from Adam just contact me and say, I've got a Kickstarter. So when am I supposed to be on your show? Well, I don't know you. And the first one that happened was right after, this is right after I started watching From the Desk on Small Press Publisher Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern and on the Rising Tide Network. And he had someone on who was, a number of creators have a persona that they deliver to the public. This one was in character and would not break character for a second, which in acting, that's wonderfully admirable. When you're trying to get to know someone as a person, it is annoying as hell for the viewer and for the host. And this person did not contact me, but somebody else did. And after seeing this and talking to Joe, I was wary. So it's like, I'm fortunate to have so many fascinating friends, but we're going to bring back Clever Title Pending. I've got a couple solo people I really want to get on the show and get to talking to them. And then I've got some, we're going to do more panels. The panels were some of our most popular shows, and I actually had a lot of fun doing them. So we're going to bring some people in, and some of the episodes are going to be, if you're on my Patreon page, you're going to, Oh, you're going to get a ringside seat to it, let's just say. And anyway, John Scarborough, boiled eggs, chopped onion, celery, squash, and I got pecans soaking in rum for my pie. Oh, Cookie didn't hear that, or... Yeah, oh, she did. She's up there going, oh, God, it sounds so good. Especially the pecans soaking in rum. Oh, could you imagine those pecans in Kraken? I can see you are. So anyway, yeah. John, that sounds fantastic. We are having we had our Thanksgiving yesterday. We had now this may not sound too great to any of you, but we found we've been trying to eat a little more healthy. And we love those turkey roasts, not necessarily getting a big bird. What? Tofurkey, yes. Except we got the one from corn, didn't we? Yeah. But anyway, we normally try to we've gotten like the big birds and done the whole to-do with them. But we prefer the little turkey roast, little square compacted pieces of meat we both grew up on and loved. But this area just doesn't seem to get them. Well, we were in our local health food store, and we saw there's a brand of meat substitute called Corn, Qorn, and it is amazing. Excuse me. Especially what they do with chicken, their faux chicken. It is a wonderful, wonderful substance, delicious, tastes like the real thing. And they had a little turkey roast. And it was on sale, so we got a couple of them. It's amazing. If you are a vegetarian or you just want to cut back on your meat, we recommend this highly. We had one to test it, then we had the other yesterday, and we're gonna have the rest of it for lunch, along with homemade stuffing, which Cookie is so good at. And then my specialty is homemade cranberry sauce. We saw it on a recipe show with David Rosengarten way back in the day on the Food Channel, and we've been using it ever since. And I guarantee if you make that for yourself just one time, you'll never go back to the can again. The can, it tastes like nothing but vaguely cranberry flavored gelatin and mostly sugar. So we've switched over. Anyway, it was a fantastic meal. We were watching the Mummy movies, and I'm not talking Brendan Fraser or Tom Cruise. We're talking about Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney, people. Fantastic stuff, and we got through all but two of them yesterday. So we got one of the. I got about a month ago. I treated myself to the Universal Horror Film Library. I've been wanting it for years, and we finally pulled the trigger on that. And we're almost through the Mummy episode. The Mummy episodes. We've got the final Lon Chaney movie, and then Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. And we'll get that done probably this coming weekend. Excuse me, when we get back from West Des Moines. But anyway, those are fun, and we love those. But anyway, John. That sounds amazing. It sounds so good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking squash. We haven't made pumpkin soup this year. We like pumpkin soup. We also like Charles F. Millhouse. Good morning to you. Stormgravepress.com. Check out what this amazing man does. What he does, he's an award-winning publisher, and he also publishes a great series called Captain Hawkland. So if you want some adventure, you want to get a hold of this.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
Check out the Captain Hawkland series. Also check out Pulp Reality, the award-winning book from Stormgate Press. It is awesome. You will love it, and some great authors and artists in that book. Part number 3 is currently in production, and I am working up the story for number 4 because I don't have enough to do. Pardon me. So anyway, good morning to you, Charles F. Millhouse, and good morning to the beautiful and delightful Willow Schuyler. Mwah! Good morning, everyone, from her, and good morning from all of us to you, Willow. Hope you have a sensational day. And Carl Whitson says some odd dude might be hosting on Friday while Brian is busy. What? You letting somebody take over the show? What? No, Carl will be here, and he's normaler than I am. And 4 people are less vigilant than the unliker right now. For shame, says the Dark Mistress Sarah. So unless you want to feel the taste of her lash, or maybe she'll withhold it if you do. But anyway, please be sure, if you're on YouTube, to give this a thumbs up, and please, if you haven't already, please subscribe and tell your friends. And I want to thank everyone who is a subscriber so far. We're at 7. I think we've run through our Russian bot friends. It's just humans now, and we're at 775. We would like to, of course, be at 1,000 by the end of the year, but we're not gonna. We may make a birthday push, a birthday gift to me. We're gonna try to get. I heard the fan in my. The fan in my new CPU go woo anyway, like a breeze was coming through here. But anyway, please like this. It helps us with our in the searches for shows like this. And thank you to our 775 subscribers. We would not be this far along our journey without you, and we appreciate all you do for us. And we appreciate our Facebook user. Hello to you. How are you this morning? Hello, and morning, Sarah and Willow, and everyone saying hello, and give them heck, Sarah. That's right. Pull out the whip, make them go ooh. And hey, Carl, we went about 10 minutes without Donna not saying hi or flirting. Is she okay, or you got her on a mission? That's from the Desolate Small Press publisher. And cracking whip, oh dark priest. Oh my goodness. And Donna abandoned us to have breakfast with her friend that wait a second. To do this properly, we must use the F-bomb. Donna abandoned us to have breakfast with her friend that anyway, Donna, you have the morning off. We love you anyway. And Brian Robin says, so this week I'll be writing and drawing like a crazy man. Well, stick to what you know, right? I'm excited to announce that I'm working on my first new pulp short story called The Midnight Mason and the Curse of the Black Knights. Charles F. Millhouse, I'm coming for you. Oh, look out. And Grant Lankard, buddies, how you doing this morning, my friend? Good to see you. And Sarah's Crackcamp too. And Doc Saga, yeah, that's on the list too. We are going to get that book out before the end of the next year, and we are going to get our first audio book out too. We are gonna. I'm just tired of seeing all these things on my plate and following too many of the new shinies. Although there's some shinies that I will drop what I'm doing for. You know what I'm saying? And you're one of them. So because I have so much fun working with you. And everyone's saying hello and hey, Brian, how are you? Hope you're well. Glenn B. Fleming, always a pleasure, sir. Be on the lookout for that Kirby book. Glenn is beefing it up and making it even more amazing than it is now, which I cannot even conceive of. But anyway, Glenn, hope you're doing well. Much love to you and Helen. Mwah. Hope the day is treating you well so far. And Carl Westman says, I'll be using OBS through StreamYard. I've done it before, just not on YouTube through someone else's account. Well, now's your chance. You see, StreamYard now allows you, and I have a pro account, so I am allowed one free person to come in and basically use my resources. And since Carl volunteered to do the show on Friday morning, I said, okay, you're now my admin. So, pardon me. So we may, I'm going to probably pay the extra money to have someone from Comic Book Spectrum be my other one. So anyway, but I look forward to seeing what you do with that, Carl. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Dan Hollifield says, for the 47,748 words on the Tom Darby prequel as of this morning, I'm in the final chapter now. Yes, Dan Hollifield, you go. Excellent. So cool. And Carl Wisdom noticed the 1080 quality and fewer lags, I think. Thank you. Yeah, we had, since I was using an older laptop, before we got your wonderful gift, Santa Carl. Thank you, brother. we dropped down the resolution to 720 because we were getting a lot of lags and a lot of kind of pixelated video. And so the only thing left, especially once I put the landline in directly, into directly into the CPU from the router, that we've gotten a slightly better picture quality, but I dropped it from 1080 to 720 to save resources, and it mitigated things wonderfully. But now we decided that you're going to get to see me in all my glory, of every hair out of line. I forgot to comb my sideburns this morning. I usually do. And my tie is askew. There we go. Doing what we can with what we've got. But yeah. Thank you, Carl. I'm glad it's noticeable. That's what we've been going for. And Grant Langer says, Skunk Curious, if you got the chance to read my feedback on your script, you have to keep in mind that I'm insanely needy and will get paranoid if I don't hear back from people right away. Turn the screws, Skunk. Make him wait. He should not have revealed his weakness to you. And great work, Dan, says Sarah. And greetings from the prairie from Mark Leonard. Mark, how you doing, brother? Good to see you this morning. Hope you are doing well, you and the family. Hope you guys are looking forward to Thanksgiving. And fun images for Sarah. Oh dear, that could be. Anyway, and Brian is pretty enough that he should be in the highest resolution possible. Grant, you just got back in the will again, brother. I'm more of a cautionary tale. And fantastic, Dan. Green screen is the hardest thing to make realistic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I may. God, the one nice thing about a CPU like this is I have no problem getting into it and tinkering, because I used to do that when I had a desktop way back when. But that'll be a project for next year. But as it is, it'll be fine. And due to an expected case of tryptophan poisoning, Stupid O'Clock will not be seen Thursday, November 24th. I'll be surprised if anyone is on that day, with the exception of the BK Minutes, which will be scheduled by the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, there is no reason why we can't take a day off, seriously, or even a week. So, but after that, the whip comes out. Anyway, from Destin Small Press Publisher, not sure. I didn't get a final total. All I know is that last night went well. For the part I did, it would be over $300 raised if all funds are transferred, but I'll have to ask about that. Well, that's $300 better than it was before, man. Way to go and way to step up. Seriously, Joe, proud of you, man. And that's peppy music is almost as good as coffee, isn't it, though? Amy puts together her own videos, too. She did the intro and outro to this show. And she's amazing. She's so talented in so many ways. And from Decimal's Overpriced Publisher, I have a sneaking suspicion to be looking for a second chance auction soon with the items that didn't go yesterday. Well, we'll check that out. And you're welcome, Amy. We're always glad. AuthorAmyHale.com. Check it out. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network reminds us at www.ckoepb.com for the best newsletter in the entire writing industry. Excuse me. And Amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tockard. For when you need to know how to kill people safely, this is the man to do it. Check out The Simple Sword. It is great stuff. And Luke is a trooper. Indeed, he is. Eric Hawkins says hospital bills are outrageous. About $80K a day being on a respirator. That's obscene. That is obscene. Well, what was it? We got a bill from workers' comp that they hadn't coded everything properly. And Cookies, when she broke her elbow a couple of months ago, her initial visit, what they had covered already was like $1,500, and she was only in there for less than an hour, and just walking through the door was like $500. And I'm like, that's incredibly insane. And it's going to turn me, the medical industry is going to turn me into a socialist yet. It really will. I think part of the infrastructure bill should have included doing something to drive down hospital costs and medical costs in general. It's just cheaper to die anymore. And I think they charged me $15,000 for 2 days in the hospital when I had gallbladder. Good thing I had insurance, but I feel for those who do not. I do too. And so many families are just one paycheck away. If they had a serious illness, everything would be gone. And that's why I'm trying to keep myself healthy. Anyway, Beowulf number 3 is almost finished, but I think there's going to be a bigger gap between Beowulf 3 and 4. Now that I'm working again, I just don't have time to work on it as much. We don't care about that. Ignore that day thing you're doing, whatever that is, that probably brings you money or something like that. You need to get Beowulf out. You've got to reassess your priorities. And Drat and Double Drat. No executive F-bomb. No morning madam executive producer. The morning is still young, Joe. She could turn around. Right now she's editing my BK minutes, so leave her alone. So anyway. But anyway, no, she will. You never know. She could have an expletive any second now. Maybe I'll have her do one for Christmas for all you little perverts out there. Oh, you little monsters. Anyway, Grant Laker, I've been very depressed about not having enough time to work on my comic book. Well, Grant, here you go. Here's a lecture, just what you need, right? And I'm not going to talk to you about your depression because, as one who suffers from it himself, it's not like somebody can say, okay, flip that switch and get right again. But make time for that book. Make time for it because you know that's your therapy. That's your lifeline. That's your baby. And and I think and it's not easy to do and you have to push through it. That's the way I get through depression. I just do it anyway. See, creativity is my job. And, if I don't create something, we have nothing to sell. At the very heart of it, or at least I've got all these stories in my head I want to get out of there and get into the public. But I find that work is great therapy. And just getting, just set yourself a goal every day, like NaNoWriMo, and tell yourself you're going to draw 1 page a day. You're going to get 1 page penciled, or you're going to get 1 page inked. Or you're just give yourself a realistic goal and say, I'm going to get this done and I'm going to block out this amount of time to do it. Now, this should not preclude family time. This should not preclude taking care of yourself. But dinner doesn't take all night. And I think if anyone understands, it would be Angie. So make yourself work. Make yourself get through it just because you may find that you come out at the other side of this. So, and you'll be making progress and you can tell yourself, okay, I'm making progress, and that eases depression. Believe me. So do what you can, man, because you got people waiting on you like me. And Scott Cracker says, hi, Grant. I read the feedback you gave me, but I haven't digested it yet. You sent it while I was in the middle of running sound for the wrestling show. Yeah. That's a bad time. So just be patient, Grant. I don't care how needy you are. And Fez Facts says John Scarborough of Stupid O'Clock every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 11. All part of the Rising Tide broadcast, also part of Last Man Standing. Fez Facts, in the movie The Princess Bride, Mark Knopfler made Rob Reiner a deal that he would only do the music if Reiner hid the hat that he wore in This Is Spinal Tap somewhere in the film. A duplicate of the hat is hanging in the grandson's bedroom. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I did not know that, John. I did not know that. That's funny. Well, here's a mummy fact. One of the ladies who she was in one of the later original Mummy movies. She was gorgeous. Okay. And it was in the Lady and the Mummy's Ghost. But anyway, said that when she worked for Republic Studios, that she was responsible for many of the stuntmen getting injured because she would walk across the studio and the stuntmen would get in precarious positions and wind up injuring themselves just to get a look at her. So she wound up injuring more of Republic stuntmen than the stuntmen wound up doing themselves. So anyway, good stuff. And that's okay, Grant. You'll get it done. Yeah, Carl is right. Just every day work on it. Every day get closer to the goal. And that helps a lot. I'm going to go back over it probably today since I'll actually have time this afternoon, says Skunk Rocker. And I applied for a couple different art grants. If I can get one of them, maybe I can quit my day job. Yeah. There are numerous art grants. I get letters for art grants all the time. I have written grants. And Carl, having dealt with the state of Illinois, could probably tell you. I used to write for Danville. I wrote 2 grants for Danville Light Opera. And each time I got more money than I asked for from the state of Illinois. I'm really good at grant writing. I hate grant writing, though, with a passion. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Bobby Nash, BobbyNash.com. Check out the latest Snow Shorts book, the paperback compendium of 3 short stories featuring Abraham Snow and friends, and I'm in that book. I'm the lead one. So please check it out. Bobby, hope you're doing well. Been loving the pictures from your shows lately. Lots of fun. And Scott Crocker, I promise I will read your feedback, take notes, and get back to you. And if it helps, I don't, as a rule, crowdfund. Says Nick Tockert. Yeah, well, some people don't, because it's extra work. And it can be an emotional roller coaster. I understand now. I probably will crowdfund the Terrors to a degree, because I do want to do some special stuff for it and get. I have some ulterior motives. It will come out regardless of whether it gets crowdfunded or not. But we are going to be doing some stuff with it that I think will make it a little bit extra special for everyone. Excuse me, and give us a leg up on some expenses for some other things we want to do in Rising Tide with any luck. But no, it wasn't John B. Pica doesn't crowdfund either. JohnPica.com, back of the Cereal Box Network on YouTube. And the thing is, it's also, I see people doing it wrong. I saw somebody say, well, I'm using it as a sales platform. That's not quite what it's for. But there are ancillary benefits to it that make it worth doing. Anyway, but no, that's okay, Nick. As long as you're getting your workout, that's the main thing. And Joe Dog McKeel is stupid o'clock every Thursday and Saturday night, except this Thursday, of course. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Joe Dog. How are you, my friend? And I've been loving the process of going through an omnibus project. It takes a while, but it's so good that I want a copy soon after it's gone through the printing press. Oh, yeah. Those are fun. Those are really fun. I love omnibus things. And from the desk of Small Press Publisher, he is talking about Alan. It scared BKM until his death. I told him I was in on the persona part of the interview. I remember that conversation we had afterwards. Yeah, there's that. And Tofu has a nasty aftertaste. Not if you buy the good stuff. And I tend to buy the firmer stuff. And plus, the nice thing about Tofu is that you can doctor it. Like, I love fried tofu. You grill it up like you would, you just put a little bit of singe on the sides. That stuff's good. Or like Cookie did recently with some stir fry we were playing. She cut we got the extra firm tofu, and she put a weight on it to push some of the moisture out, and then poured out the excess moisture, and then poured in flavor. Like, we got some teriyaki sauce that we put in there, and the tofu will take on the flavor of what you soak it in. And I just had an idea, and I don't know if Cookie can hear me, but key lime tofu for salads. She's nodding. Yeah, that'd make a good topping for a summer salad. It'd be nice and refreshing. But anyway, yeah, I like tofu. I really do. And, like when I go to Asian buffets, I generally get tofu as one of my proteins. It's very healthy. It's helped get my cholesterol down, I think. And it's just it's how you prep it. It's how you prep it. But everyone's opinion, everyone's different taste. Grant Langer said, I started a series called Grant's Adventures in Dating, or Why I'm Glad I'm Not Single Anymore, about the many ways I screwed up dates I was on before I met Angie. Oh, Lord. Can't we all write a book about that? It's like, I tell people there was a time when I couldn't decide whether I was just naturally attracted to neurotics, or that's the only kind of girl that would go out with me. Cookie is as close to normal as any woman I ever did, so I snapped her up. Anyway, or vice versa. I'm not sure which. But anyway, Bobby Nash, have a happy Thanksgiving. Bobby, you and your dad do the same, brother. It's always good to see you. And everyone, go to BobbyNash.com, BenBooks.com, or check out Bobby Nash on Amazon, because he's amazing. And I use corn at the sorority. It's a good product. Yeah, it is. I like it. Probably better than most of the other people have been at it longer. I don't remember who recommended it to. One of our local friends recommended corn to us. But yeah, it is so very much like turkey. This stuff tastes like turkey. It really does. It is really good. I've seen also a faux turducken. But I have to say, we've had turducken a couple times, and we just weren't that impressed with it. A lot of work for, but that's just us. But yeah, corn is good stuff. And yeah, it costs a little more than regular, regular organic meat. But, if you're watching your health, if you have ethical issues with how meat is processed, this is a great substitute. And like I said, I like Morningstar Farms. I like a lot of these places that are doing meat substitutes. I'll tell you what's really starting just now to catch up is non-dairy plant-based products. We have a Fresh Time here. It's a chain of health food stores. It's kind of like Whole Foods store, but affordable. But we had a cream cheese that we just took one with, and I took a bite of it. And I'm like, throw this out. It tasted like it had pre-spoiled. It really did. But we found a couple that we really like as far as sour cream, and she got a mozzarella. I can't remember the name of the company. And it's a company we've not been very Daya, I think it is. We've not been very impressed with their non-dairy products so far, for the most part. Kind of bland, but this stuff is supposed to be mozzarella, but what it smells like and has a mouthfeel like is blue cheese. And I love blue cheese, so we'll get it from me. And we found a couple of smoked cheddars, non-dairy, that we like. But Cookie has her issues with some of that, and so we take care of her. I can eat that stuff too, so I'm good. And I do get regular cheese, so there we go. Everyone's happy. My fam puts oysters in the stuffing. Ooh, yeah. Cookie, we generally keep you get down to the end of the loaf of bread, and then we chop it up into inch cubes and put it in the freezer, and then bring it down to frost it the day before. And then it's just a matter of spicing, adding some cooked onions and celery, some mirepoix basically, and some chicken stock, low sodium chicken stock for me. And it's a marvel. It is amazing stuff. She does great. But yeah, I've had oyster stuffing before. That's good stuff. That is. And John B. Pica, hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. Can't stay long in between health insurance appointments for Obamacare open enrollment. May God have mercy on your soul, John. Check out John B. Pica back at Cereal Box Network. Great shows on that program, on that channel, and subscribe to his YouTube channel today. Now, do it now. Grant Lankard, I'm a little surprised and disgusted by how many stories I have. I've been posting them online, but I might collect them in a book. You might as well. Seriously, well, no, dude, we all make our mistakes. You have to, you have to get through a lot. You have to know what you like, and then, make your mid-course corrections. It basically, my dating days, taught me a lot. Most of it good. So anyway, Dan Hallfield, I read one of those this morning, Grant. And Joe Dog McKeel, we will not be having Stupid O'Clock this Thursday, so everyone can relax and enjoy the time with family. We will return Saturday, and I look forward to it. That will be at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. And I won't be there either. I'll be on the road. Probably still be driving home on Saturday night. But I'll catch you on the rerun, Joe Dog. Look forward to it. And yes, Grant, collect those up. Sounds like a good idea, Grant, says Sarah. And he's buying. Good morning. How do you measure a snake in inches? They don't have feet. There we go. And shared, thank you, Ryan Permison. As always, you are awesome. And for our usual randomness, hey, you want random, we'll start you out random, and Joe Dog will end your week on random. And I get it, Ace. And 12 watching and 4 likes, unacceptable, says Sarah. Please take a moment and like this program for Sarah's sake. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please, or on Facebook rather, please give us some reaction. And thank you to Chris Huffman, John Scarborough, Ryan Permison, Charles F. Millhouse, and Clyde Hall for the love. And thank you for the like from Glenn B. Fleming, Bobby Nash, Stephanie Downer Hayes, and Carl Witzman. I appreciate all of you taking the moment to like this program, please do so on the platform you're watching it on. And Ryan Purvis, good morning, Nevermornings. How are you? I'm doing better now that I went to my first convention this weekend before the apocalypse, and it was fun. I saw some of the pictures. It looked like you were having a grand time. Yeah, it's good that we're getting conventions and shows out again. Still be safe, everyone. Still be safe, all right? Ryan Permison says, join us tonight live at 8 p.m. Eastern as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact. Share your favorite memories in the live chat. Engage. All right. Yes, definitely. I will see if I can be there. Tonight's Monday. Yeah, I may have time. It depends on how well I'm doing my editing. And subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel on YouTube for more great nerdy content from Ryan Permison. And see, I filled it in for you, Ace. I'm hip to you, brother. I'm hip to your lingo and derp. Sarah. And maybe I'll have a monetized Christmas. Not so far. No, Christmas, the money goes the other way. It could happen. It could happen, Nick. I would love it if it did happen because, as I said, aside from a couple of techno things we would like to get for the show, we're going to reward the people in the network at random. So somebody might wind up with say a Best Buy coupon like Nick, or I might get Carl and Ted some cigars, that sort of thing, or I may just every few months pay for someone's a year of StreamYard Pro for that person, Anyway, Sarah says, OMG, I love the squeaky F-bomb, and it loves you too. There we go. And good morning, Nevermornings from Rick Bradley. Rick, good to see you, man. Stay strong, brother. That's all I got to say. And who knew it'd be handy in every episode? Yeah, considering my peers here. Yeah, also considering me. And Chuck's videos would be mostly squeaks. He's great. No, Chuck would have that tone that they use on TV, except it'd sound like a test of the emergency broadcast system with Chuck Pinault. I love his shows, but it just gets, and I swear I do, but it gets rough after a while listening to that constantly. And I'm like, I have to bow out, unfortunately. And so my plans for 2022, says Nicholas Tucker, a new big Stompy Robots expansion, the Poor Swordsman's Guide to Arms and Armor, something special with my base +2 engine, possibly a redo of Paul Bunyan Kaiju Slayer. Oh, you've got to do this thing. You've got to do this thing. Oh, I love that Paul Bunyan Kaiju Slayer. I forgot about that. Yes. You've got to make that happen, Nick. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Bobby. And you too, Charles. And you too, Bobby. And $80K per day for 2 months, that's ridiculous for somebody fighting for their life. Well, that's the thing. And the quality of healthcare, I think, has diminished. Technologically, we are light years ahead of where we were even 20 years ago. But I think the quality of healthcare itself has gone down. It's become, in a lot of cases, more impersonal. You spend more time talking to an accountant than you do a nurse. And some hospitals are now even making some procedures you prepay, so they make sure they get their money before they run the operation, and you have to sign off. It's not like if you buy a car and it doesn't work, you can take it back and get your money. If you do it within 3 days in most states. But with healthcare, it's like, okay, we've got this operation, give us $8,000. We'll do the operation. Oh, here's a waiver. You can't sue us or try to get money out of us if we screw it up. And then you had that instance, I think it's about 6 months ago. No, it was about a year ago, during the lockdown, where there was a court case being done on Zoom, as many court cases still are, especially in some of the hot spots of the country. But the judge was listening, and he noticed that it was a doctor was part of it, and the doctor was doing surgery while he's doing his case, and he got admonished by the judge, and he said, I'm not going to, and it was something like, it was some serious surgery, and the judge said, I'm not going to have you divide your attention. This case is over, the judge let him have it. And Clayton Merwin, the hero maker himself. How you doing, Clayton? Good to see you. Just a quick pop in to wish you and all a very happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, Brian K. Morris, and everyone else as well. Clayton, much love to you and the missus. Hope you have a sensational turkey day too, my friend. Good to see you. And Nicholas Tockert from the Desmos Wall Press Publisher. We need to film a magical missile scene using the dice that Cindy had on auction yesterday. People need to see the power of those custom dice. Ooh, if I'd known there was custom dice. Anyway, medical bills are why I'm taking in extra work, says Amy Hale. Formatting, trailers, etc. I don't have insurance, and my 4-ish hour ER visit from COVID cost me over $6,000. John has insurance, but still owes about $7,000 for his hospital stays. Folks, please go to Amazon and pick up a book by Amy Hale. All right, let's help her out. All right, man, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Oh man, it's infuriating. And Sarah says, with the insane amount of hours my boyfriend works, I prescribed him to read one comic book a day. He has a lot he hasn't read yet. Only takes a few minutes. Yeah, and I'm trying to get through some real books, and I'm trying to get through my comics too. I've fallen behind because I went on a couple sprees of buying last year, and oh well. Anyway, he's a head nurse of a rehab part of a nursing home. Made me think of Luke's current condition. Oh man, that's he's doing the Lord's work there, Sarah. He's a good one. And hello, Nevermore. Yes, Mike, Jimmy, Lordship of Brew, and mwah to you, my friend. How are you this morning? Good man. Always a pleasure to see you and to see Damian Waldron. Speaking of cheese, I made some over the weekend. It's easy and makes a good product. Excuse me, I make cheese 3 times a week around 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. But anyway, no, Damien, it's good to see you. Mike, Jimmy, it's good to have you both here. Hope your weekends went well. And Rick Bradley says, that sounds about right, Amy. I hate that for you, but the healthcare system is all kinds of messed up. Yeah, it's, it didn't used to be this way. But the medical profession has gotten greedy. And like I said, I think, it used to be you didn't need an advocate as much as you do now. And, I used to advocate for, my for my grandmother when she was ill. I advocated for my mother when she was ill. And I've had to do it for Cookie for various instances. There are times when, unfortunately, you've got to go in and you've got to say, I am demanding some attention. Someone is in pain and they need you. Please come see them. You don't have to be a Karen about it. And by the way, I hate that term Karen. I really do. I wish that was like a nicer name for it. But it's like I was telling Cookie recently, every Karen I have ever known in real life has been a wonderful, kind, intelligent, creative person. Unlike these harpies that go in and think the world revolves around them. So, I'd like to see Karens put on a terrorist list. I really would. A Facebook user says, do you have a Trader Joe there, Brian? If you do, check it out. Lots of good plant-based items. They keep talking about Trader Joe's in the Lafayette area. Nothing has come of it yet. But, and it's funny because we've got an empty storefront on the south side. It was, I want to say it was called Hecklers or something like that. That's how it was around for about a year. We used to have marshes like they have in Chicago, the Chicago area. But when the chain went under, we had two of them, one in West Lafayette, one in Lafayette that went under. And I know a number of people, myself included, would love to see a Trader Joe's go in there. But nothing's been done about it. So I would like to see that. But we've got one called Fresh Time, and that's Fresh THYME. And we've been very pleased with that place. We've got one in East, and we've got one in regular Lafayette and one in West Lafayette. And we love them both, but the one in West Lafayette has a lot more stuff that we enjoy. And I think it's closer. And it's easier to get to because you got to go through this one intersection. The easiest way you get to it is through this one intersection at 26th and God, I can't remember the intersection, but it's by our Chick-fil-A, our local Chick-fil-A, and they found it is the 24th most busy intersection in all of Indiana. Which is considerable, and it is the most dangerous intersection in the city of Lafayette. In fact, in all of Lafayette, or the county, the Tippecanoe County where we're in. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, we'd love to get a Trader Joe's in here. If somebody can make it happen before the end of the day, I'd be grateful. And oh, this is McDonald's apparently ran out of quarter-pound patties, a vision of things to come. That's the skunk rocker. Yeah, what was it? We were looking for a specific product yesterday. We were at 3 different. It was Blue Bonnet margarine, and we couldn't find it in the places. We went to 3 or a couple different places to look for that we knew would have it, and they didn't. Anyway, so yeah, we're still having supply chain problems now. It is getting a little easier. My understanding is that the 2 main ports in California, one's LA, and I'm blanking on the other one. But anyway, they do 40% of all West Coast shipments, and they are. I think the wait time has cut down by a day in the last 3 weeks. Mostly because they've gone 24/7. Why they never thought to do 24/7 is beyond me. But anyway, everyone's saying hello. Pardon me. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Mike, Jimmy, allergic to Bruin. We pre-launched Life on Cora number 5 today. Yes, we'll have comics, plushies, and of course, much more. Be sure to sign up at Indiegogo projects/Life on Cora 5 Tiny Travels. Definitely check that out. I've seen number 4. It is a beautiful book. Mike Jimmy is incredibly talented, and yeah. Keep promoting it on here, Mike Jimmy. We will make it happen. And that sounds great, Damien. Ace Bonnie feet. Yes, he got it. At least he didn't whip out the tape measure. Don't have to. Some things speak for themselves. Follow Comic Book Spectrum for more foofah. Oh, by the way, we will not be on for Thursday night either. Comic Book Spectrum. I've got a little spot on my monitor there. Anyway, Comic Book Spectrum will not be on this Thursday. I don't know any, except for BK Mints. I don't know anyone who's going to be on Thursday. And there's a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. Only a fraction of people will get this clean joke. Well, that's why you count with me. Glenn B. Fleming. England has had a good medical system. You pay what's called national insurance every week and month. A percentage of your pay taken directly before you are paid. That means we don't get a bill for a penny after treatment. Yeah. And of course, you've got, it is not a perfect system, but I'm coming to believe it's a better system than the one we've got. And I would like to, I'd like to see America try something like that. Because it's insane here in the States. We have a lower tax rate, but then, it wasn't until I moved here to Lafayette, Glenn. I don't know how it is in England. I'm sure it's similar, but for the first, the first 58 years of my life, we were responsible for our own trash pickup wherever we lived. When I was with my parents, we either hired a guy to take away the solid trash, or we burned it, or whatever. And then after a while, after I moved into larger city, my landlord took care of the trash, but they paid someone to haul it away. Or we had to hire someone to haul it away. Well, we got over here to Lafayette, and the city manages the utilities here. And so we went in to sign up for utilities and get everything turned on. And I said, do you have a preferred list of vendors for trash pickup? And she looked at the address and goes, you're in the city limits, right? I said, yeah. She goes, you're going to pay property tax, right? And I said, oh, that's my goal. And she goes, get your trash out to the curb to your backyard by 6:45 every Monday morning. We'll take it from there. And I'm like, the city is handling my trash? And I'm like, I've truly moved to the land of miracles. This is wonderful. So yeah, but Glenn, there's a lot to be said for national health insurance, and you guys have a terrific system. And, there are other European nations that have something similar and a similar higher standard of living. I'm coming around to it. Like I said, the healthcare system may make me a socialist yet. You never know. And Ted Davies, good morning to you. Hey, I watched your show Friday night. That was so much fun. And please check out Drink of the Davies every Friday night at 7 p.m. Also, TED Talks Tuesday morning, and occasionally once a month, the cigar show on Thursdays. A lot of fun. Anyway, I think the majority of healthcare workers are burned out, resulting in less quality care. Yeah, seriously. I think that's part of it. It's like a lot of regular jobs that they are being asked to do more work than one person can comfortably handle. Well, it's like when I got hired at the water company, I was doing the work of about 1 1/2 people. Then they let me go. And a certain amount of my work got passed on to 2 other people who were already doing more than one person's work. And then some things just went, by the wayside because there was nobody to take care of it. And, they did contact me. I did get contacted to see if I would come back, but by then I was starting writing. And I told them, I said, I'll come back, but we're going to negotiate. I'm not coming back for less pay, and I'm not coming back with a loss of seniority, because I know that's what you do to people. And that cut off the negotiations, and I couldn't be happier. Anyway, everyone's saying hello to each other, and yeah, after 25 years, I found a good one. Well, good for you. Good for you, Sarah. Amy Hale says, one thing I learned when writing in the healthcare field was that we have sick care in this country, but not really healthcare. That's true. Healthcare works focus more on prevention, but there's not as much money on that. Yeah, it's like, you'd think that like HMOs and stuff would like underwrite a gym, like membership to a gym or something, maybe just a little bit, but enough to cover, say, one of the cheaper ones, like, it may not cover a Gold's Gym, but it may cover most of, say, a Planet Fitness, for instance, which is very inexpensive. Nothing says you have to have a hydro massage, but, just access to the weights and the programs and stuff, and don't even get me started on medicine, on prescriptions. But anyway, yeah, it's this country is messed up. And laying low this week, not feeling great, not COVID. Better not be, Ted. Man, we don't want to be having benefits for you next. But anyway, dude, what's wrong, man? I must have missed it. I know you weren't feeling well last week, but I hope it passes quickly. I think you need to drink more. And Sarah, Skullcracker says, I really ought to send the work in progress alpha build of the tabletop game I was working on to someone. Nick already said no. Wonder if anyone else would be interested. I'd give it a look. Cookie and I tried to help somebody write a gaming system years ago. So, and I, up until I moved to Lafayette, I was a tabletop gamer regularly. TED Talks tomorrow. Pre-recorded creator Christy Shin is being interviewed. Oh, that's going to be fun. Definitely tune into that at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And thankfully not COVID. Hope you start feeling better soon. I agree. Here she is to save the day. Cindy Cap, expect a little something from me today. And thank you for waiting. Anyway, Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com. Check out her newsletter. Check out her website. Redesigned by Damien Walburn, which is amazing. And she asks you the musical questions. Do the bad guys need a boot to the snoot? Of course they do. Check out Smash Worlds. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam and irreverent holiday humor that's good all year round. Check out Sandestein, available on Amazon. Glenn B. Fleming, any system that doesn't give you a $100,000 bill for saving your life sounds good to me. Yeah, seriously. If the illness doesn't kill you, or the procedure, the bill just might. Well, this is a funny story. My mother passed away in December of 1990, and in April of 1991, I got a bill from the it was around September of that year. I got a bill from the hospital. No, Cookie and I were married by then, so it'd been next year. But anyway, I got a bill from April of 91 from the hospital where she passed away, claiming she had a heart attack in April of 91. And I got a bill for at the time, it was like a quick stay. It was only like about a 4-hour stay in the ER, but it was something like $15,000. So I called him up and I said, what's this about? And the snooty lady in accounting was like, well, your mother had a heart incident, and she, ran up a bill here. And I'm like, no, she did not. And I can prove it. And the snooty lady was like, well, how can you prove it? And why are you calling and not your mother? So I thought, I'm turning it on here. So I paused for a moment and I said, because she's dead. She died in your hospital. And she's like, what? And I said, yes, your hospital killed her. And I've got her ashes in an urn here. In fact, I don't work very far from where your office is. How about I come by tomorrow morning and I'll put the urn on her desk and you two talk about her bill, and I'll come by at the end of the night to take her home and you'll let me know what you guys decide. And she's like, no, don't bring her in here. I'm like, I'm bringing her in. And she's like, no, we'll fix this. We'll fix this. I said, thank you. I trust I won't be hearing from you again. So, yeah. Anyway, Sarah says Indiegogo and Kickstarter need to provide gift cards in stores. It would be great for independent creators along with enjoyment of the backers. That's a super idea. Be like Amazon gift cards. Even eBay does gift cards now. You see something, you take your eBay card, or it'd be good for people if they know that they are going to pledge on something eventually, that they could get a card with the payment on there, and then just, when they're a little bit flush, like around tax return time, and then pay the bill, and with part of that money, these things. Sarah, that's a brilliant idea. That really is. Sarah, they make a Visa, says Carl Witzman, that you can prepay and then use online. Students use them a lot. Not sure if they are in stores, but often banks can do it for you. Yeah, that's true. And Sarah, I believe I've mentioned that. Sarah does not have a credit card or I don't think you have a debit card either, do you? But anyway, she uses cash. Remember that stuff? Anyway, but no, there are ways to do this, but you have to budget yourself. You really have to be quite disciplined about it, which I am not. So anyway, Cindy Kemp says, sorry, but national insurance is scary. My stepmom and a friend of hers were diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer within the same month. My mom's friend is in England. Mom got through surgery, radiation, about half a bout of chemo before her friend actually got to talk to the surgeon. I have heard there's a huge delay with it, but there's a huge delay in this country too. I remember when I worked for public broadcasting, they made me take the first health exam I'd had since high school. And, they were paying for it, of course, but it's like, as it was, I scheduled it. It took like almost 6 months for me to get that appointment for my checkup. And they said, well, if it's an emergency, we can get you in 2. I'm having a heart attack. Can you fit me in a couple months? Yeah. So yeah, we've got our own problems too, but, I could, but for, something, I could stand to wait a little bit, to get something taken care of rather than, leave Cookie with a debt she may never be able to pay. And Stomping with Robots and Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert's got that going on. And John B. Pica has Night Reich, his brand new novel, available on Amazon. And the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, taking tomorrow night off, but they'll be back the Tuesday after. And they're always fun, always wonderful every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And do you need kids' books? Well, Ryan is hosting a book sale. Check it out on the Nerd Culture channel with YouTube. And from a small press publisher desk, get the furniture, all the furniture you need every Saturday night at 10 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And hire an editor. Amy Hale is a great, great talent, and let her put that talent to work for you. And you're a glorious bastard, Brian. Mike, Jimmy, Delorcia, I will take that as the compliment I'm sure it was meant as. I have a history of firing sections just below the waterline. And I picked this up from an old issue of The Demon by Alan Grant, the good guy. Yeah, it's by Alan Grant, the good guy from hell. I find myself constantly doing the wrong things for all the right reasons. So it's like I'm weaponizing evil, but doing it for good. Anyway, Damian Walburn says, I knew I liked you, Brian. That was an amazing power move. Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't know where it comes from, Damian, but I'm glad I have this, maybe one of my numerous personalities that's, just like a, complete and, I just let them loose every now and then to do the thing that needs to be done. And catch up on author Michaela Jade in West Des Moines this weekend. And also check out her Warriors books on Amazon. Excuse me. And don't forget, I will be there both days of the Indie Author Book Expo at the Valley West Mall in West Des Moines, Iowa, 11 to 5 Friday and Saturday. And Saturday we'll be joined by Cindy Cap. So please, it's going to be a Titanic show. Come see us. And OMG, I'm reminded of my mom flatlining in my arms twice in the ER. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry. But yeah. Sometimes you got to fight for your relatives in there. You really do. And poetry stuff from Teresa Dunn. Teresa, hope everything's going well. Haven't seen you this morning. And Cindy Cap Fencing gets medieval every Friday night at 7 with the Medieval Fencing Guild. Always a great, great time. And Mike, Jimmy, Lorcha DeBrew, and Sarah, I use a digital prepaid credit card. It takes some fees, but it at least helps me back fellow indie creators. Yeah. And I keep a little money in my PayPal now. I used to not because of eBay, but I've been backing some campaigns, and with a PayPal account. I pay myself occasionally. So anyway, Cindy Camp, comic related madness. Check out Pops Van Zandt at the end of every month. And in fact, this weekend will be CromCon, I believe. So check out what Pops is doing. All right. And Luke Stone has hybrids, and he also has a Nitty-Go-Go. Excuse me, a Cash App and a GoFundMe to help alleviate some of his medical costs. So please check those out. Contact Meredith Loughran or Nita Lanning about that. I hope to post that myself eventually. And also More Than Powerful Stories, including a certain comic book that has actually landed in the U.S. and is headed this way. UPS tracking just isn't giving me any details. Check out bearpublications.com. And that certain comic book the script for issue 3 has just been consulted on. And it's a thing of glory. It is a great story. And I'm looking forward to seeing that in print. Sarah, you didn't mean to remind me. No worries. Love you, Sarah. I really do. And hug, Sarah. Sorry you had to live through that. From Damian Walbrun and Dan Hallfield. Bedtime can't stay up any later. Y'all have a great day. You too, Dan. Thank you for being here. As always, check him out on Stupid O'Clock. Not this Thursday, but most other Thursdays at 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And also the host of Last Man Standing at 11 on Thursdays, 1 a.m. Sunday, and also Stupid O'Clock on Saturday nights at 10. So we are now caught up with your comments. Let's run a show or run a spot here to give us a little break. And we mentioned CromCon. It's coming this weekend. The pre-show on Friday with Saturday and Sunday entertainment to be had by all. Pops Van Zandt's hosting it, and you need to see it. Why? Because he said so.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
There you go. Pops Van Zandt, CromCon coming this weekend. Check it out. Cindy Cap says, darn, out of break before I ran out of links. Don't forget to tip your host and hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you. Sarnart76 for vintage cartooniness from Sarnart76 on Facebook. Artwork of Bill Sarn, where everything old is new again. And thanks for checking out the AE3 script. I'll get that to you today, hon, probably this afternoon. Stay tuned for more fun. Thank you, Cindy Cap. As always, CKOEPB.com. Sign for a free monthly newsletter. She's amazing. And it will be out in 3 days. Well, Brian, in the words of Solid Snake, I'll hold you to that, Doctor. Thank you, Skunk. In the meantime, don't die and feed Cookie. Give Grant a security blanket until I can get off work and read his feedback. Okay. Oh, and Sarah says, thank you, Damien. It was a few years ago, but doesn't seem like it. Perception of time is strange sometimes. Yeah, I understand. I had some flashbacks for a long time, too, so I know what you're going through. And have a great day, all. Much success, BKM. Thanks for all you do, bro. You too, man. I'm watching all your stuff you're doing outside the network. I'm really proud of you. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support. Do something good for someone today. Thank you, Ted. Give Chrissy a hug for me. If I don't talk to you before then, 1, get to feeling better, damn it. And 2, hug Chrissy for me. Hug her again. Hug her again. Do something inappropriate and say it's from me. She'll probably figure that out anyway. Rick Bradley, so I'm going to put this out to the Nevermorians for my upcoming show with my son, R&D Gaming. What format would people enjoy, pre-recorded or live with comments? And should the comments go before or after discussion about the video game subject? I want to hear everyone's opinion on this, but my opinion, honestly, Rick, if you can handle it, do it live. Live is not for everyone. And if you can do it while you're gaming, it's even better. I mean, a lot of the top gamers that I have seen some of their shows, they follow the comments as best they can. So I would say, if at all possible, do it live. But if you do pre-recorded, go back and answer everyone that leaves you a comment. One, they have taken the time to do so, and I think you owe it to them, at least until you get like thousands of comments on your stuff. Then get as many as you can initially, but I would say pre-record, not pre-recorded, but unless you have to, but definitely live if you guys can. Damian Waldron goes, are they extending the auction for Luke Stone? There's a 5-figure custom package from O Toys out there, retails for $350 plus shipping for $200 with shipping included. Oh, definitely go for that one. Seriously, that's wow. That's a bargain there, because Toys does exceptional work, as you can see. Look at that. Look at that beauty, that raw beauty there, huh? And that's from a new toy line that Damian and I are helping develop, and it was exclusive. I had to sign this thing. I forgot to put my own signature on there. Anyway, definitely check that out. But definitely check out. I think there are items left. You know, Damian, get in touch with Joe D. McPhee. He was one of the co-hosters there. So yeah, I would get with or contact Meredith or Nita, Meredith Loughran or Nita Lanning. I can get you in touch with them, Damian. And all is well. Good things are happening. That's what we like to hear, Sarah. See this. You just got to keep kicking, you know, what's like the old song? You got to keep kicking the darkness till the light comes through. And Mike Jimmy Larsha de Bruin, I highly suggest doing live. Yeah, it helps keeping the conversation going, and it makes it more interesting for people to keep watching. Yeah, seriously. Look at this show. Seriously. And Ace Bonnie, did you hear about the first restaurant to open on the moon? Had great food, but no atmosphere. Don't have you cookie and drink cookie. Oh, thank you, Ace. You have a great day yourself, brother. And that's wonderful, Damian. Seriously, it is. And I would suggest this, Skunk Rocker, if you don't do it live on stream, it still may be beneficial to record your reactions as you play whatever game it is. A mixture between pre-recorded and live commentary. Well, you know, you could. That's a great idea, Skunk. You could start your show live, and StreamYard will allow you to share either a video that's on your hard drive or if you post it on a site somewhere. But then you could share the pre-recorded thing and then have break in with comments. See, that's there are ways to do this. All right, that's my last comment. Go feed Cookie. Yes, sir, Skunk. Thank you, Skunk. Good to see you, brother. Have a great day. See you all on Wednesday. Carl, thank you for everything, and I'll be talking to you soon. And Damian Waldron, someone bid on your lot and it sold on yesterday. Contact Meredith and Nita for the final total raise. Excellent. That's good news. Thank you, Joe D. McPhee. I appreciate the input there. That is super. And you know what? I think I will feed my woman. And there we go. And, oh, great. No, Toys. Get it right. Anyway, so anyway, I think we will call it here. We've gotten you 90 minutes, distracted you that long, and I can use some more coffee. God knows. And have a good day, Brian. Feed Madam Executive Producer. I will, Judo. I will, Joe Dog McPhee. Thank you so much, my man. And Joe D. McPhee. I called you Joe Dog. I apologize. And I know you're howling with laughter, cackling at my lack of caffeination, but I love you, man. Thank you. Sarah, wonderful things people are doing. Oh, yeah. That's it. And everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick Bradley. Have a good one, brother. And let me know if you need anything. And that's the thing, Sarah. Wonderful things people are doing. Seriously, Luke Stone would not be getting this kind of love from the community if he hadn't earned it already. I know some people in this community that we tolerate them, right? And me, but where if they, but I've gotten the benefit of a lot Rising Tide, and I appreciate every bit of it. So is Cookie, and so have many of you, and I know you do too. But there are some people, I think, if they reached out to the community, have a tough time finding some sympathy, much less anything else. It's like the Beatles said, the love you take is equal to the love you make. I think it comes back tenfold if you do it right. So anyway, Sarah says much love. You too, sweetie. All right. And yeah, laughing his ass off. Joe Dog McPhee is so much like a cowboy name, so that's why people say it when thinking about us. I can tell the two of you apart. You're not one person. One person could get that much work done between either of you. But anyway, thank you, Joe D. McPhee. You're awesome. And love and creative vibes while hashtag bring Cookie home. Damien, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, my man. Nick Tucker says, you have to give before you can take away from any system. Exactly. And Sarah, I'm nodding as if you can see me. I can see it, Sarah. Anyway, so we are going to call it here. And with that, we are going to, as long as we're thanking people, we want to thank Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, thank you for sponsoring this episode. When the look of your book matters to you. When you've written a great book, you want to put the best book cover on you can to attract more buyers, more eyes, and Jeffrey Hayes can help you do that. He can also create graphics that will help you sell your book on social media, as well as a beautiful book trailer. So check out Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook. They have a great page there. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and contact Jeffrey and get his rate card. You'll be amazed at how affordable it can be. Plasma Fire Graphics, and the look of your book matters to you because it matters to your readers. And hello to Michaela J. Mwah. Check her out on Amazon. Also check her out with me this weekend at the Indie Author Book Expo at the Valley Mall West. It's going to be wonderful, and so will she. And hey, Michaela, you made it at the last moment. Yep, if Michaela shows up, I could not say hello to her because I love her. Anyway, speaking also of people we love our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And with just $1 a month, you'll get benefits such as viewing our weekly blog. Every blog deserves a name, as well as being put on this card for everyone to see how amazing you are. Also, a number of these people have their own not Facebook, but their own Patreon pages and offer great thank yous on their various levels. So please check them out as well. But if you want to see your name on this card, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and pledge today. We appreciate it. Also, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on Facebook. We broadcast many of our shows to that page. You can also like it and subscribe to the videos on there as well, so you can be notified if you prefer to watch it on Facebook. You can be notified when we start our folderol all the time. So anyway, programming notes. Tomorrow morning, TED Talks will have a pre-recorded show with Christy Shin. And the Dastardly Dingoes are taking the evening off, but every morning you can start your day with BK Minutes, where we talk about creativity. And we are planning the return of Clever Title Pending, probably in January. So brace yourselves for that. Also, we have some new shows. We have regular shows like the Comic Book Spectrum Show with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. We're taking this Thursday off for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back just as strong the week after. Check us out on Thursday nights. And also Dr. John, Original Gangster, animation industry expert. He's the guy that made the only watchable part of the Star Wars Holiday Special back in the day. He's a great animator, great friend, great creator, great talent, and he does a show every Wednesday afternoon around 3 o'clock. Please check it out and subscribe to that. And with that, we've got one more comment, and we'll let it. And is there a tidbits tonight? I don't know either. She's gone rogue. I'm not keeping track of things. Anyway, Please check her out if she does. All right. And even if she doesn't, check her out. She's very talented. She's beautiful. So anyway, that is everything we have to talk about. So we'll get our cursor to where it needs to be. We've got a few more words from some people following the close of the show. Please check them out and give them some love if you would. And we're going to have probably leftovers today. Yum, from yesterday's Thanksgiving feast. It was delicious. Anyway, we hope you have a great Monday. We will be back Wednesday morning with another Never Mind the Furthermore. All I can say is have a great Monday. Help someone else have a great one too. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you Wednesday on a new live Never Mind the Furthermore. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you for watching Never Mind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Never Mind the Furthermore.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on days gone by with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.